phone. Eh, too much work.
All this talk of booting up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I'm an American.
Okay, I'm gonna get on a shirt, and then you can tell me if I'm too ugly. If I'm not too ugly, then I will.
Actually, being on a live stream,
Doolittle,
interesting.
we can't all be like you, Doolittle, and just look good all the time. Okay?
I don't. No, I don't. That's the thing. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
have any
so-
pretensions about looking good.
This, I want that captured. Okay, there we go.
If I want to look at, I gotta.
I
I
spend
just
half
got
an
off
hour.
work, so I'm probably not at my greatest.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, guys, we're live. We went live. It was supposed to be my podcast with Destiny today, but he had to reschedule with me. So he will be joining us next week, next Friday, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We are live right now. I wanted to go live to talk about this story. Lexicon, who's kind of turned into our, reporter of sorts here at Pangburn, brought an interesting story forward of something that occurred last night. So workers shaken after violent attack at Morice River drill site. Lexicon, what have you learned so far?
I've learned that a group of individuals whose origin is not known yet, between 17 and 20 attackers showed up and assaulted staff at the work site, caused multi-million dollars in damages, and had altercations with the police on stopping the police getting to the site.
Okay. And what were you mentioned something? Someone was running around with a hatchet.
Yeah, one of the attackers had a hatchet and was attacking. There's a very few images I think taken by staff while it was happening. These people attacked vehicles with staff in them with hatchets.
Damn.
And the hatchets look like a stand. Like the hatchets have like a very short beard on them, so they're not like wood splitting hatchets. These are like the kind of hatchets you'd see for taking off small limbs or like throwing hatchets. They're tomahawks. They're not normal hatchets.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we have. So they're attacking. Let me just do a quick read through this. We have some still shots. If you guys Google this, the workers shaken after violent attack at Morice River drill site, you should be able to find some images. Coastal GasLink continues to provide support to our workforce and those specific individuals impacted by an attack this week at an active construction site. Everyone deserves to have a safe workplace. Here's a quote. Our people were terrorized during this violent incident. In the last 24 hours, I've had the opportunity to hear from our workforce, Indigenous and community leaders, governments, and our partners, and all have expressed their outrage against this attack. And that was by Kent Wilfer, who's the vice president of project delivery for Coastal GasLink. Okay, so gas lines being attacked. There seems to be some kind of environmental element here. What's your guys' best guess? Let's test our skepticism here on YouTube. And, who do we think is responsible for this kind of attack? This is kind of in northern BC.
I actually think this might be non-First Nations eco-terrorists.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is if I was joining a native protest, the last thing I would do is bring a symbol of the indigenous people to assault people with in their trucks.
Unless you were very proud of what you were doing, right?
I mean, even so, like that's so on the nose.
Sounds a little bit.
Little sus.
Yeah, like it's a prop that they wanted. Sort of like the Boston Tea Party. They dressed up to look like First Nation peoples, but they really weren't.
Interesting.
If they were proud, they wouldn't have attacked the security cameras and the lighting, the spotlights around the site before engaging in this attack.
Right.
I mean, you could still not want to be found out, but be like proud that you did it.
Or just not very
psychologically
smart,
that doesn't make.
Yeah, or just inconsistent in the way that you act.
Yeah. Very possible.
Well, this is that's crazy. I want to see if I can find more details or images that we can show here. Oh, okay, there we go. It's good. Anyone who drops by, make sure you drop a like. Say hello. This is an unplanned live stream. We're just hanging out with Doolittle Lexicon, our new friend, Alatinar. And of course, Andy. Sorry, what was that?
It's Elvish. It's from Tolkien.
Elvish. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean? And of course, Andy. What are you trying to imply that I would have nothing better to do? Or are you trying to say that
better to do?
I mean, to be fair, Andy, you are kind of a Canadian hater, and we are talking about Canadian news.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So I can't participate or talk about things that I loathe.
You're being silenced.
Real nice.
Pangburn silencing people. Oh my God.
Travis,
I like Canada.
Travis,
Well, haven't you heard,
assume-
Andy? Everyone up here in Canada is fascist. Clearly. Like,
Well, I mean, the government.
You think you're just going to be free of oppression? No.
The government.
They're all
flirts
fascists,
with it.
except
The
for
government.
the pipeline haters.
I think the government flirts with fascism. in
Okay,
Canada.
let's get to some of these details. Currently, the worksite is under control by the RCMP, and it is an active crime scene. Approximately 9 members of the Coastal GasLink night shift workforce were the victims of the attack. Damn, that must have been fucking scary. The attack began just after midnight, and our workers fled for their safety. Photo and video evidence, including imagery of the masked attackers, have been turned over to the RCMP and are part of their investigation. 2 photos provided attached. Okay, I'll attach this to OBS so you guys can see the photos we currently have, but it's not much. Heavy equipment, or the attackers disabled lighting and video surveillance at the worksite as part of the coordinated attack. This is like the Foot Clan from Ninja Turtles. Like, you knock the lights out, operate like ninjas in the dark.
That's pretty standard operating procedure if you're going to attack a place to disrupt the
Are you saying that you're on their side, Travis?
Why? You think I'm a member of the Foot?
No,
I
the
think
Foot Clan,
if anybody here
that's
would be
kind of got
pro-Foot
some
Clan,
connotations that we don't need to really go into.
It's not mentioned in the article, but it is available to see in one of the photos. The people doing this attack have a standard uniform among them. They're all wearing the exact same type of snow pants, boots, gloves, and they seem to have some like band thing just above their elbow. In one of these pictures.
Can you send me a couple of those images? I'd like to publish them here. We are heavy equipment on site was commandeered and utilized to cause significant damage to other heavy equipment and trailers. A similar tactic has been used in previous blockades.
It's interesting that the word blockade is used there.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Because
was it a blockade?
Yeah, is it a blockade?
Yeah, I mean,
or is that the word that the government wants you to hear, so that you can start thinking about the other blockade that might be going on.
Right.
No, I think blockade's typically been used in Canada to refer to stopping industry from building stuff.
And this is interesting. A yellow school bus was used to block the road to the site. This is a remote work site approximately 60 kilometers from Houston, BC, if anyone's looking for more information. Only accessible from the Morice River Forest Service Road that was blocked by felled trees, fires, and tire spikes. It's unknown where the attackers went after fleeing the scene. The RCMP maintained a checkpoint on the road following the attack. The RCMP reported being attacked by smoke bombs and fire-lit sticks on the road to the site while attempting to respond to the scene. Damn, that must have been the weirdest. I hope they released that like cop car footage, right? For the past several weeks, Coastal GasLink has experienced several incidents where unknown people who have used forest trails to access this construction site disrupt activities by confronting and intimidating workers. These incidents were reported to police. It is unknown if these events are related. Well, Yeah, we don't know that yet, but that's nuts, man.
Heavy inference, but we don't know it yet.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm not for sure.
Yeah, there's always the possibility of extremely radical individuals taking, they hear about tensions and then they go and escalate.
Oh my!
Copycatting.
Yeah.
Andy, what are you having a fit over what?
I just stood up really quickly after lying on the ground and I got a head rush.
Enough for you to go, oh my.
In 2 hours, Andy. The cat wants to be fed again.
Is that?
And that's what she said.
That is what she said, by the way. Yeah. Doolittle is so right on that.
I walked into the house, I fed her, came back here. It's been 2 hours. She wants to be fed again. It's like, I don't think so, kitty kid.
Does the donkey ever need to be fed?
So, the donkey needs to be fed every 2 hours.
People doing this type of attack, I've always wondered what is going through their minds. They must know on some level that even if you kill all the workers, the company is just going to hire more workers and pay them danger pay and then hire security detail. This isn't going to stop it.
This is why trying to make a change within the law of the land is always your best option.
In the American Northwest, it used to be their monkey wrench gang who would go in and sugar the engines, pour sugar in the gas lines of these big machines. They'd pound long nails into trees and
spiking trees is what we call that.
Trees and doing all that. And that's an old concept. That's been being done since the 60s. So it's not a new idea to be eco-terrorists. It's just...
I mean, what's wrong?
You hurt as many innocents as you hurt everybody else.
Right.
People have to have a job. If that's what the job is in the area, they still have to put food on the table and pay the rent.
Right.
They're going to have to take those jobs. So they are innocents in all this.
Mm-hmm.
And those workers that were terrified last night, they were legitimately terrified and may suffer from PTSD and all that later on from some of this.
Yeah, you're so right.
Because those people knew how to use heavy equipment. This truck that I'm looking at was completely demolished. And then how do you turn over one of those big digger thingies?
Yeah, well, I think you need a cat or you need something in order to be able to push that over.
Yeah,
they did have on the job site a backhoe forklift combo unit, and I believe that's probably what was used to do most of the damage.
Yeah, but they also had another backhoe that had one on its side.
This wasn't if they had someone who could operate the equipment. It doesn't sound like I'm just saying. Let's try to do our best to come up with to be Sherlock Holmes here. What we know so far doesn't sound like Antifa, does it?
No.
Right.
It does not.
No.
Antifa, is Antifa really going to be able to get anyone that knows how to operate that equipment? Probably not.
But I don't see Antifa as operating in anywhere but
it's too far.
Areas.
Antifa's more like, okay, if I'm not so hungover, I'll walk out into the street downtown tomorrow.
I see Antifa as working in urban areas where they're going to get more news coverage.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an environmental terrorist act.
Seems like it, yeah.
So
for Antifa, first we need to be sorry.
For whatever group that's doing it has this area, this land, this region in mind for whatever they're doing.
Right.
So Antifa tends to be in
But it's a gas pipeline. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a gas pipeline, right?
Yeah.
But what, natural gas? Regular gas?
Well, no, it's run by Gas Link, so I think it's a gas pipeline. But since it's in northern BC, it might actually be the oil pipeline that's coming from Alberta.
Oh, shit. I didn't see this page of images.
And
okay, I'm gonna
isn't
put
that
this
the
on
one that's
Discord.
coming down through the north U.S. through like
Any-
South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska?
I'm gonna make sure.
No, I
can-
believe this is a pipeline going from Alberta through BC out to the shore, so they can actually ship it overseas.
Okay.
I want to show
Because
everyone
there is
on.
one that's coming down and trying to mess with the aquifer that sits like under the entire state of Nebraska.
They also have these like portable housing units for the workers there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
those are like torn apart by
Yeah.
the backhoe. And like to
Damn.
actually get the bucket to go through a building like that and pull and drag, you need to know how to operate one. It's not just like they drove it through.
Dude, this is like
Hello.
there's a lot of damage here.
New person. Hello.
Aloha.
You're muted.
It's
You're muted.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys my wife. She was here.
hello.
She came in here to
Need
say
more
hi.
light on your faces.
Everybody.
Oh, your wife.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
your daughter.
Yeah, could be my daughter, but she's too old for that.
You're a lucky man, Doolittle. Tell you
I
that.
need
Yeah.
more
You're
light
right
on your
about
face,
that.
Doolittle.
You're right. Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Doolittle's on the dark side of the
room.
force.
Yeah, I'm in a dark ass room. I don't know.
Doolittle's now a famous streamer. He needs to get a little donut light like I have.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be famous, I need
There you
better.
go.
I have a whole
Video
podcast
equipment.
set up. I just haven't put it up, including having OBS on my.
Oh,
You gonna-
cool.
Are you gonna make a podcast?
Oh, by the way.
I don't know.
Okay, I have a better idea for you than making your own podcast. It'll be
Yeah.
so quick and easy. You should look at the announcement tab in the Discord server. I am looking for new show hosts right now, so I hope you can.
I
Yeah.
have no camera yet.
We can sort that out. That's no problem.
Travis Pangburn is rich.
I
from
would
being
No.
like
international
being a
celebrity.
co-host.
According to Reddit, I own 3 jumbo jets, but I've never gotten to take a ride in them. If I do own them,
Well,
Travis is just
they're
being
unfortunately
humble.
all
He's an international
777s
superstar.
that are grounded.
yeah,
so-
they're all 777s that can never be operated or sold. So
Have
Travis
you by
is
any chance
actually
No,
gone
the-
to
seven
the
Seven
cents
airport
of
to
it,
check?
granted. Where is the announcement?
the announcement tab is near the top of the text tabs and the voice channels. Like if you scroll right to the top, you'll see I put an announcement there looking for new hosts, and it gives you I call them broadcasters, but it gives you a rundown of what I'm looking for. But yeah,
Travis
this
is
is
actually
significant
found it.
damage, guys. Like Lexicon, thanks for bringing this story, man. This is okay, and yeah, they fell a tree across the road. It looks like. I'm still looking for
more
the.
than one.
Are you sharing those videos? Those
I'm
photos?
sharing the images with YouTube right now. Yeah.
Okay.
What if this is like the
I haven't
first
even been on
strike
YouTube
of,
yet.
what if this
I've
is
been
the
on
first
YouTube
strike
today.
of a new guerrilla militia group?
Okay, here's another report. This was from 4 p.m. Pacific yesterday. During the early morning hours of February 17th, 2022, approximately 20 masked and violent attackers wearing camouflage surrounded and attacked coastal. I wonder if this was one of the first reports. Coastal GasLink workers in a highly planned and dangerous, unprovoked assault.
Provoked.
The location of a former blockade and opposition camp last year. It happened near the Morice River drill pad site off the Martin Forest Service Road. The location of a former blockade and opposition camp. Oh, okay. So there's been activity, environmentalist activity up there for, this is a known site. Okay. Damn. Well, let's keep an eye on this story. Let's not let it get buried if there's going to be anyone out there trying to bury it for whatever political reason.
I'm sorry, trying to what?
What do you guys think about? Let's just say if you know something that other people don't know about
something like that.
About something like let's just say you know that oil is really bad. It's the worst thing for the world.
Okay. Yeah.
And other people don't know that, and they're going and trying to get the oil to make their lives better.
Right.
Like, what's the right way to go about
Yeah. I mean,
stopping them from doing something that's bad for the whole world when you know that it's bad for the whole world. It's bad for your tribe. Maybe it's
right.
bad for the whole world, but there's other people that think it's good,
Yeah.
and they just want to go get it because it's good. Like, what's the right way to go about stopping someone from doing something that you think is bad and they don't think is bad?
Yeah. This is a good
Becoming
question.
a terrorist.
Well, this is the ultimate ought question in these situations. You know, how ought we go about fighting for change if we think we have the right answer and there's something currently going on that you find morally reprehensible, which I'm sure some people find. You know, let's just use the drilling of oil, for example, morally reprehensible, especially ocean drilling. Some people find this. I don't, but, you know, I just want to make sure that we do our best to use the greatest technology and have many fail safes so that we don't cause oil spills, of course. But, you know, we currently require oil for, you know, a lot of the, you know, energy, or a lot of our energy
Infrastructure.
requirements, on this planet. So, but yeah, this is a good question. How do you best go about this? I think if it's outside of, look, I'm going to say tyranny, but I mean real tyranny. I mean tyranny in the sense of like, oh, okay, the government is, you know, all of a sudden saying we're going to throw, you know, people of, you know, we're going to throw Jews. We're going to throw Jews out of our country. Let's say the Canadian government started doing that, or we're going to throw blacks out of our country, or we're going to throw whites out of our country, or First Nations. There does come a point where you can say, okay, it makes sense to fight back, and this is like when is a declaration of war necessary? And I think everyone's got to, in order to be walking around with a clarified mind, you got to figure out where that line is. So you can start looking at certain scenarios of what it would take. But if it's anything outside of that, like if it's like a cause for, you know, change within the energy sector, do it within the law of the land. If we know anything like about history, if we look at history of legislation and how most legislation changes, and I'm talking about most, not all, but most, it's done through in a democracy, done through the democratic process. It's done through you know, lawyers fighting with lawyers, and activists, people running for office, and making change, engaging in the war of ideas. So to me, it's like the war of ideas is the real game that people should be focusing on, not this idea of like, oh, if we scare them enough, or if we blow up enough of their shit, the insurance company is gonna cover all that, and they're gonna get new shit. Like it's okay, yeah, you slowed down the operation for a little bit, but to what end? Do you think they're all of a sudden going to say, yeah, you know, you're right. This place that we own, or we are leasing from the government and have the right to be here doing our work, we're all of a sudden not going to do it anymore? That's my answer. What do you guys think?
Well, I think when you know to go to war is when the people you're dealing with have a different religion than you.
I think more ideology rather than religion. And not even that.
Yeah, sorry, I just made a joke that didn't land.
Yeah, I don't. You'll find I don't do jokes very well. I'm sorry.
It's not, you know, you're not that far off though, because ideology versus religion. I mean, there's like,
yeah,
how much
they're very
difference is there
similar.
really?
Actually, we're
I
having
think,
that discussion down here right now between what they call the big lie and reality, and it's getting kind of scary.
Yeah, I honestly think that war, for the most part, could become something that we just don't do. I'm all about peace and love, baby.
Actually, if you're enough of an organized group, organized enough that a country might consider it an act of war, your insurance is void. Generally speaking, terrorism is covered, but an act of war is never covered.
Yeah,
that's
active war.
literally,
But I'm just saying in this situation, this won't be active
force
war. This will
majeure.
be vandalism, right? Like,
It'll cover it
We
under
should also
vandalism.
we
It
should
probably-
avoid
it'll probably be
and I'm
vandalism.
assuming that the Gas Link BC or whoever this is, Coastal Gas Link has sufficient insurance to cover this.
Oh, I'm sure. They
Oh,
I'm sure
yes.
Probably
they
have
do.
They
you know,
probably
More than
have
enough.
more.
disruption in insurance, and not only every dollar that they spend on repairing the equipment, but every dollar in revenue that they would have
They
made
lost.
if that equipment was working.
Yeah,
that'll
exactly.
It'll all be returned to them.
Yeah.
So
If anything,
the terrorists have really very little damage that they can say they really caused to the company.
if anything, that might have actually improved the company's outlook here, because those machines did
That
look
would be
kind of
horribly
aged and not
ironic.
very well maintained. So if they get new ones,
They're
that's
gonna
new
get all
machines.
new shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get all new shit to replace the old shit that the
That's-
terrorists broke.
It's gonna be new shit that will even do more damage to the environment because it works harder.
It works
Here's
better.
here's
The next-
I don't think. I
Don't
It's just-
think
it's
acts
just
like
so
this
hard
are
to
actually
say,
very
you know.
productive, honestly.
I wonder if there's
would
a
love
market
to say
for...
that I would love to say that like whoever did this, if they have some agenda, it's like, why can't you come out and say what your agenda is?
Here's the thing: they're probably gonna say, "We've tried that," just like the truckers have said. We tried to get Justin Trudeau's attention.
Yeah, that's entirely true.
And then now we're gonna set up a blockade. But my thing is like,
And be
Just because you
95% as a
can't-
group vaccinated.
yeah, it's like just because you can't get the people's attention that you're trying to get, it's like a kid, right? If the kid can't get the attention of the parent, the kid might lash out and go and break the law or something and be like, "What? Now you're gonna pay attention to my life?" And it's like,
Any attention's good attention.
let's stop acting like kids who don't know any better. Like these are adults operating for the most part, and it's like, yeah, come on, we can do better than that. Like, set up new companies that are like political awareness companies or whatever
Run for
whatever
office.
cause. Run for office, yeah, 100%.
I was,
Just,
I was
there's
considering
an
doing that when I
oil and gas
retire, is
pipeline.
running for office.
Cool.
Because I can't afford to do it while I'm working because I have to still pay my bills.
There's
okay.
there's an oil and gas pipeline, and thousands and thousands of people are relying on this energy to heat their homes and run their businesses and etc. Right?
To be
Right,
fair,
that
those
makes sense.
thousands of people are overseas in China for this particular pipeline.
For this particular,
So-
is this particular pipeline going to China? Oh yeah.
If it's
fuck
the
it,
one, if
shut
it's the one I
down
think
then.
it is,
Oh,
if it's the one I think it is, I'm pretty sure this is the pipeline Canada's building
But
so they
there's
can sell oil to China.
all I'm saying is, there's a voluntary.
There is also one
transaction.
coming down over the Northern California or Northern America.
I'm pretty sure they got canceled between Trump and Trudeau reeing at each other.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
I'd
I
like
know.
that being
I mean,
canceled.
there's a voluntary transaction where somebody went and worked to drill some oil wells or some natural gas wells that
Yeah.
feeds this pipeline. The pipeline feeds a system which involves transactions between people that think they're going to get some energy, and they're just paying the market price for it. And if you go and you blow up the pipeline or the wellhead or the gas compressor station or whatever it is that they blew up, you're going to temporarily disrupt that, but it's like what you're disrupting is a contract between two individuals.
Right.
Whether it's
Yeah.
the CCP and Justin Trudeau on one hand, or a company in the Canada and a company in the US on another hand. There's two individuals that made a transaction. They're like, well, I'm going to spend some money here, and you're going to drill some wells, and then we'll build a pipeline, and then you're going to transmit the gas to us, and we're going to use that for energy. And at the end of the day, somebody's life depends on that energy being transmitted so that they can live their life and run their business.
Right.
So what you're
And when you're-
saying is, if the terrorists
you
want
just-
to be effective, they should blockade the CEO's house, not the
So
pipeline itself.
what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like what I'm saying is,
What I'm saying
that
is
this
take
is
away
just
the desire. You need to provide energy to those people that are on renewable sources, and then they will stop buying the dirty sources.
that might be a way better solution than you blow up one natural gas pipeline for a day and a half and they'll get it back up and running again.
Outside of
How about build some new Generation 4 nuclear plants in the U.S. so we don't have to import
they've already
our
set up
sands.
here outside of Tallahassee an entire solar farm.
What
You're
if we
talking
just
Florida.
solar
Yeah,
farms,
the
wind
panels as far
farms,
as you can see.
nuclear, geothermal. Why don't we just focus our energy on
Even
building
oceanic
something
tidal.
new and constructive and good and productive? Focus our energy on building the new things that we want for the future instead of focusing our energy on blowing up the old ways of the past. And the old ways of the past will just disappear. They'll vanish. You don't have to do
They will be taken out
actions.
by technology.
I think the main
Exactly,
reason
yeah.
why corporations are not going towards the future as it is right now, some are, but the majority aren't, is because the
Short-term
present's too profitable.
Yes, and they
But it's
live their
important to be
lives a quarter at a
profitable.
time.
It's important to be profitable. I mean, it's fair to say that any new technology needs to be profitable, because that means that if we invest money in energy or industry one way versus another way, one way is better than the other, and the way that's better is the one that's profitable, right? So if we have a way to spend $1 trillion and we can save $1 billion, well, that's not really very smart, right? If we spend $1 trillion, we want to make $1 trillion, we want to save $1,000,000,001.
Right.
And then that's a smart investment because we save more money than we invested. But it totally makes sense to me to say, well, any technology needs to be profitable. Right? Like we shouldn't have government intervening and saying, well, this technology is not profitable, but we're going to tax you against your will, and then we're going to take the money from taxes and we're going to throw it into something that's not profitable, that's not efficient, and it's worthless. But it's better from some political perspective.
Yeah. Well, okay. We got Mace's show coming up. You guys meet us over at the Pangburn Offensive YouTube channel. We will be live over there in about 15 minutes to a half hour. We'll see you there. We wanted to give you guys this I guess breaking news story. That's I haven't seen much about it, but this happened in BC. Violent attack at Morice River drill site. Thanks to little Alatanar. I'll learn it. Alatanar, our new friend, and of course Lexicon, who's kind of turned into the Pangburn breaking news guy. I'm sure we can come up with a better title than that. Anyways, thanks guys. Let art and science inspire. There we go.